Graduate Research Project by Jennifer Leonardini, Amberton University, Dr. Diane Sanchez. Age discrimination. The Age Discrimination in Employment Act, ADEA, forbids age discrimination against people who are age 40 or older. It does not protect workers under the age of 40. Although some states have laws that protect younger workers from age discrimination, it is not illegal for an employer to other covered entity to favor an older worker over a younger one, even if both workers are age 40 or older. Age discrimination and work situations. The law prohibits discrimination in any aspect of employment, including hiring, firing, pay, job assignments, promotions, layoffs, training, benefits, and any other term or condition of the employment. Age discrimination and harassment. It is unlawful to harass a person because of his or her age. Background of case. At age 56, petitioner James O'Connor was fired by Respondent Corporation Consolidated Coin Caterers and replaced by a 40-year-old worker. He then filed this suit alleging that his discharge violated the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967, ADEA. The district court granted respondent's summary judgment motion, and the Court of Appeals affirmed, holding the petitioner failed to make out a prima facie case of age discrimination under McDonnell Douglas Group Corp. Versus Green, 411 United States 792, because he failed to show that he was replaced by someone outside the group protected by ADEA. Background of case. While the respondent's principle theoretically permits such thin evidence, consider the example above of a 40-year-old replaced by a 39-year-old. As a practical matter, it will rarely do so, since the mass majority of age discrimination claims come from older employees. Our view, however, the proper solution to the problem lies not in making an utterly irrelevant factor an element of prima facie case, but rather in recognizing that prima facie case requires evidence adequate to create an inference that an employment decision was based on discriminatory creation. Background of case. Can an employee file an age discrimination suit under the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967 if his or her replacement is 40 or older? Yes. In a unanimous decision authored by Justice Antonin Scalia, the court ruled that although the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967 limits its protections to those who are 40 or older, it prohibits discrimination against those protected by employment. Age discrimination thrives in America. Nearly 1 in 4 workers age 45 and older have been subjected to negative comments about their age from superiors, supervisors, and co-workers. About 3 in 5 older workers have been seen or experienced age discrimination in the workplace. 76 of these older workers see age discrimination as a hurdle to finding new jobs. Another report found that more than half of these older workers are prematurely pushed out of long-term jobs, and 90% of them never earn as much again. Stereotypes about members of age groups may translate into discrimination towards older workers or younger workers. Such discrimination may manifest in HR decisions such as hiring, training opportunities, performance appraisals, and termination/layoffs. Discrimination in three main areas. In the workplace, we found illegal discrimination in three main areas. Recruitment and hiring, when younger applicants are shown favor simply because of their age. On-the-job bias, when older workers receive fewer training opportunities, promotions, and rewards are harassed. Termination, when a company freshens its workforce or trims budgets by targeting senior employees for layoffs or encouraging them to retire. Ageism will be a concern for everyone. Why should we be concerned with ageism? Both the age and diversity of the United States workforce has increased considerably over the past decade and will continue to increase in the coming decade. There are many reasons, but here is a list of the main ones. Everyone becomes vulnerable. Unlike racism, sexism, heterosexism, whose victims belong to particular subpopulations, everyone becomes vulnerable to ageism if they live long enough. The rapidly increasing number of older adults is threatening the viability of the Social Security and Medicare systems and may fuel conflict between the generations. Ageism results in discrimination against older workers. The increasing ratio of retired to employed workers is partially due to ageism and represents an increasing loss of productivity capacity in our nation. Ageism, like racism, sexism, and heterosexism, is a civil rights issue and should not be tolerated in an equalitarian society. Searching for answers. Why employers may be wary of older workers is unclear. The Urban Institute study authors wrote, "They may be concerned about the cost of employing older adults because of perceived higher salary demands or heavy use of expensive health benefits, the cost of training older adults who may retire before employers can recoup these investments, or the possibility that older adults may be unfamiliar with the latest technology and lack up-to-date skills." Causes of ageism. A company could be blind to their own biases or prioritizing younger candidates because they are looking for traits often associated with youth. A few of these common concerns that lead to conscious and subconscious age discrimination include energy and stamina. The company is fast-paced and frequently requires employees to work overtime. This type of energy, stamina, and drive might correlate with young employees eager to make their mark, but exceptions abound. Tech savviness. The company is using cutting-edge technology and the latest software. They do not expect older employees to be up to date or quick to adopt new and innovative tools. Hiring managers say they can't afford the ramp-up time for older workers to come up to speed on a couple new skills, says Kyork. Why and how companies discriminate. Adaptability. The company might want employees to buy into a system or be quick to adapt to an ever-changing environment. They do not have time to prod older employees who might not have developed habits or be set in their ways. Money. Understandably, older employees often lean on their experience to demand higher salaries. A younger, less experienced candidate with a similar skill set can be typically paid less. Why and how companies discriminate. Few hiring managers would dare to say to a job applicant that he or she is too old for the position. Examples of companies engaging in ageism include the following practices: specifying in job postings that organization seeks digital natives, recruiting for entry-level positions only on college campuses, requiring a college-affiliated email to apply to a job opening, using algorithms for online job applications that screen out older applicants, capping the number of years of work experience sought in applicants, such as stipulating that a job candidate should not have more than 10 years of experience. The consequences of age discrimination. Age discrimination can have a substantially detrimental effect on the working environment of a business. Not only can age discrimination damage positive and efficient working relationships, it can cause your small business to incur legal liability. This type of discrimination may come in a variety of forms, such as refusing to hire older employees, firing older employees, or treating older employees differently than younger employees. Although not as common, age discrimination may occur against younger employees. Loss of experience and potential. If your small business discriminates against potential and current employees on the basis of age, it is quite likely that your business will lose the extensive work experience and knowledge of older employees. For example, if your business fires an older employee due to age, you may be losing his years of experience, which could be put to good use to helping your business in terms of ageism against younger employees. Your business may lose the potential to mold and keep a valuable employee for years to come. Damage to productivity. Active age discrimination in your small business will be unlikely to go unnoticed by your other employees. Knowledge of this age discrimination by your workers will create a negative work environment and poor perceptions of company management. Your workers will be likely be less interested in increasing the productivity of a discriminatory company. In fact, your workers may be very concerned that they could lose their own jobs due to age or some other form of discrimination. Legal liability. Discriminating against current or potential employees on the basis of age is against federal law. In addition, many states have enacted laws that prohibit age discrimination. As a result, your business may be sued by an employee that you illegally discriminated against, resulting in a possibly large monetary judgment against your company. A lawsuit not only creates a negative public image of your company, but exposes it to financial peril. Loss of workers. Age discrimination may also have the unintended result of causing your employees to leave your small business, although other employees may not be the targets of the discrimination. They may be concerned that they are the next target or merely do not want to work for a discriminatory business. If your workers leave your company, your productivity will go down and you will lose the potential skills of your employees to your competitors. Why employers resist aging employees. Like James O'Connor, a common perception is that older people are rigid and stuck in their ways. It is believed that due to their age and highly developed opinions, they will be unwilling to understand or implement new ideas. Employers in the U.S. prefer younger employees, believing that they will be healthier, more flexible, and willing to toe the company's line, while being open to learning new ideas. Since a 55-year-old will have more working experience than that of a 25-year-old, it is obvious that they might ask for higher wages too. In order to cut costs, companies prefer to go for younger employees with just about enough work experience. There are some older employees who have started to face health issues, due to which they find it difficult to sustain high energy level jobs over long hours. Discrimination and diversity training. If you want to protect your company from age discrimination claims, your supervisors and employees need training specifically on discrimination and diversity. The training will help them understand the benefits of age diversity and the repercussions of discrimination in the workplace. Gen Xers and Millennials employees need to know how to work together. Diversity training that covers topics such as respect, implicit bias, and team building will go a long way towards creating a strong and inclusive workspace. Put policies in place and enforce them. It's not enough to assume that your employees will understand not to discriminate based on age. You need clearly to define policies in place. Variety, a human resources consulting firm, emphasizes that you must inform everyone in your organization about the policy, especially new employees, and that the policy should stress that your company will not tolerate unfair treatment based on age. Reward based on performance, not tenure. Instead of basing rewards, promotions, or preferential treatment on tenure, base it on performance. The Houston Chronicle recommends employees receive benefits based on their value to the company, not their age. Also, your company should offer the same training or continuing education opportunities to all employees, regardless of their age or experience level. Start in the hiring/interview process. Place advertisements where everyone might look, such as online job boards or community newspapers. Remove discriminatory language from your job descriptions like new grads or young. Don't require applicants to list their birth date on forms. Stay away from age-related interview questions. Avoid stereotyping older workers. For example, someone 60 years old will retire soon, and it isn't worth hiring. Don't approach layoffs based on age or pay. When it's time for layoffs or a reduction in force, be careful not to base your decisions on age. For example, just because you think an older employee might be retiring soon, it's a bad idea to let them go for that reason. Also, in many cases, your highest paid employee are likely going to have more seniority, partially because they are older. So it's a bad policy to target salaries as the reason for employees' dismissal, a point that's illustrated in a 2012 age discrimination case. The EEOC filed a lawsuit against a billing services firm for firing a 60-year-old employee because of her age, while keeping a younger, less qualified employee. The company ended up paying out $32,000 to a former employee. Conclusion: age discrimination is a top reason that older workers fear losing their jobs. Age discrimination is also perceived as a limitation to finding a new job. 2/3 strongly agree that older Americans should be protected from age discrimination, just like they are protected from discrimination on the basis of race, sex, national origin, or religion, with an additional 27% of people who somewhat agree. Finding regarding behavioral intentions towards employment of older workers further raise concerns regarding the implications of negative stereotypes and perceptions. Overall, negative intentions were more prominent than positive and were found to be negative in many domains of employment, such as hiring, training, and retirement decisions. At the 50th anniversary of the ADEA, it is clear that age discrimination persists in spite of the law, and that challenges of the population remain. Thus, policy responses are necessary to address this issue, which are becoming increasingly relevant. Policy responses should be considered how policies and laws affect senior women specifically, as the gendered nature of age discrimination and age discrimination law cannot be ignored. These are my references.